Hi everybody. I wanted to talk about thyroid in this video. My name is Elizabeth and I'm a nutritional therapist. I help people heal their gut and gut related issues as I suffered myself. And actually my my sickness journey actually started when I had a problem with my thyroid. So that was the beginning. That is my hereditary actually. My mother had a thyroid issue. She had a hyper. Then she took radioactive iodine and they killed her thyroid. And she was taking the thyroid hormone, thyroxine, for the rest of her life. And I didn't want to go that round. But I was constantly going to the doctor and checking my thyroid hormones and the antibodies and the T3, T4, everything. So slowly, after age of 30, 35, 36, my TSH started to increase. But my antibodies were extremely high. So I didn't know that time what was going on. I mean, the antibodies, that means my body is actually attacking my thyroid. So that's autoimmune disease. So it's attacking my own cells. And I didn't know why and what was the reason why that was happening. I started focusing on healthy food, healthy diet. I knew that I need to incorporate more iodine food because it's good for the thyroid, selenium. So I was taking kelp, which has a lot of iodine, spirulina, and things like that. But and I had constant small, slightly elevated inflammation in my body all the time. Every time I went to the doctor, I had a little bit I was a little bit inflamed, and the doctor couldn't explain to me and tell me why was that increased. Didn't have any reason until like maybe 6-7 years ago. I had a terrible issue with my gut, and at that time I had to find a solution because I was very sick. I had pain, bloating, I had cramps, I had memory loss, I had also my TSH was increased above the normal, and the doctor wanted to prescribe me the hormone replacement therapy, and I didn't accept. And I had also eczema, skin rashes, I had fatigue. I was tired all the time. When I wake up, I couldn't function. I was waking up with pain, bloating, cramps all the time. And then I decided that I need to take the control of my health in my own hands. Then I started learning more and more. I studied before nutritional therapy, and I knew that was something to do with what I am doing to my body, what I'm inputting in my body, or what I'm not inputting. So I started investigating, and I tested many things, and I found out, I learned at that time that gluten has the same mimicking properties as the thyroid cells. So it binds with the receptors of the thyroid, so with the amino acids, and when it goes into the blood, it attaches to the thyroid, and our immunity that doesn't recognize gluten as a nutrient. So it thinks it's a toxin, and it starts producing cytokines. I mean, it starts shooting it, trying to kill it in order to protect us, because it's something that it doesn't recognize. It thinks it's a toxin. And then I stopped gluten, and after 3 months I checked my thyroid. My TSH was back to normal, which was surprisingly also for the doctor. When I went back to check, she was surprised. And then I saw that the food has something to do with our health, with how our body responds. And then I said, why this is happening to me, not, let's say, for my husband. My husband doesn't have any issue with the gluten, right? So what is going on? And then I realized that the main problem is in our gut. The problem is in the leaky gut. And how is it happening and why is it happening, I will just now explain to you. So in our everyday life, we're exposed to too many toxins, stress, and sprayed food with antibiotics, with pesticides, which is causing to kill our good bacteria, and then our bad bacteria start to overgrow, the fungi, the H. pylori, candida, Escherichia coli, so, and they multiply, they overgrowth and cause problems, cause irritation, damaging the gut lining. And then in the gut lining, it should be they create a holes in the gut wall where the molecules, the bigger molecules, right, like gluten, like casein from the milk, like any protein from the meat or from the vegetables, which are bigger molecules, they slip through the leaky gut into our blood. And then our immunity starts reacting because it doesn't recognize what is this. It's not nutrition. It's not something that our body can benefit. And it starts attacking it. And depends where is your weak link, genetic link. Maybe in your family it's like Alzheimer's or rheumatoid arthritis. So it will hit there. So it will it will attach to the receptors of some tissue, and our immunity will start attacking that tissue. So our own immunity attacking our own cells. That's an autoimmune disease. So all the autoimmune diseases start in the leaky gut. So we need to focus more on healing the leaky gut. So the other common issue is the fungi, as I mentioned, candida or other fungus, yeast, they call it yeast. And also, this is very much connected with the thyroid problem, because the fungi, even if we try to kill them, they hide from our immunity into the mucus, and they after we finish with the antifungal medications, then they multiply and they go throughout our body, because they go through the leaky gut in our blood and in our cells, and they go also, they disturbs suppress the conversion from T4 to T3 hormone, which is very important for the thyroid function. And these fungi, they like to be feeding, to eat sweet food, and they send messages to the brain to eat sugar, and we crave sugar, that's why. So we need to reduce sugar consumption and to try to kill them and eliminate them. So in this case, when the thyroid is functioning low, we experience cold hands. I was experiencing that, fatigue, tiredness, and when it's cold in the body, then they thrive. They don't like hot. So if you go in a sauna, if you eat hot drinks or stews, soups, they don't like it. So they want cold environment. So when we are trying to kill these fungi, when they die, they release toxins, and we need to detoxify in that time. These fungi, they produce 79 kind of different toxins. So some toxins kill the white blood cells, some toxins make skin rashes. So there are a lot of toxins which damage our production of the normal cells, and they poison our cells. And also stress produces high blood sugar, which feeds the fungi again. So usually people who have thyroid issue, they feel tired, they feel depressed, and they are many times misdiagnosed, and they were given antidepressants, and they have panic attacks, they are diagnosed with bipolar disorder and many other issues. So 98% of the people feel more energy when they quit gluten. And also 80% of the people feel even much better when they quit the dairy, because dairy have sugar, and sugar feeds the fungi. And also they feel better when they eat meat products, because most of them, they are deficient in B12 and in ferritin. So it's good to take selenium, 200 micrograms a day, which will help in regrow the hair, which will reduce the antibodies and will produce more energy. So magnesium citrate can help with the constipation, magnesium gluconate with the diarrhea symptoms, and very important is to reduce the toxins, especially the triclosan in the soap, which is a chemical and disturbs the thyroid. It damages the thyroid. Also, like the fluoride in the water, if we drink the tap water, has a fluoride in it, and it's also disturbing the thyroid. Then H. pylori and Epstein-Barr can also stress the thyroid, which are viruses, so we need to eliminate viruses also. The sulforaphane, which are in the cruciferous vegetables, can compete with the iodine absorption in the thyroid cells. So if they attach to the receptors of the thyroid cells, they will block the iodine. The iodine cannot be absorbed in that case, so it's blocking the iodine absorption in the thyroid cell. So many of the thyroid patients can resonate with taking a lot of maybe broccoli sprouts or cabbage or broccoli or cauliflower, so cruciferous vegetables. Okay, so the main point is here we need to focus on complete healing of the body, so reducing the toxins, heal the leaky gut, so no proteins like gluten can go into the blood and make a problem, so the immune response will be alerted, will be causing autoimmune disease and autoimmune antibodies to destroy the thyroid. And also the stress, as I said, can cause increased sugar and feed the fungi, so we need to reduce the fungi. I hope this helps and you learned some new things, and you can like my page for more info, and see you in the next video. Bye!